Okay, so we've got a question that says find the largest integer value for n that satisfies the inequality 4 minus 3n greater than 9. Well, let's deal with solving the inequality first of all, and then worry about the largest intervality a bit later on. And what I'm going to do on this one is do it both ways, because there's two ways of going about dealing with this one. So let's start off by going 4 minus 3n greater than 9. Now, if you just go for solving this one, as long as we end up moving, let's move the 4 over. So we've got minus 3n is greater than 5. And then we've got to do a divide, but we're dividing by a negative. So hopefully you're aware that when you divide by a negative, that flips the inequality sign around. So that gives us n there. That's going to become 5 over minus 3. And that flips the inequality sign. So we end up with that. Alternatively, I'm not a big fan of flipping the inequality sign because I always worry that I'm going to forget to do it or do something daft. So what I like to do is get my variable positive, and I'm going to do that first of all by just moving that over to the other side. So we've got 4 is greater than 9 plus 3n. Now I've got that positive, I don't need to have to worry about it. So now I'm going to move the 9 back that way. So we've got minus 5 greater than 3n, and then we've got minus 5 over 3 greater than n. And hopefully you can see that those two things are exactly the same because we've got the inequality sign. Yes, it looks a different way around, but the small end, if you like, is pointing towards the n. So this thing here is exactly the same as writing n is less than minus 5 over 3. Right, the last thing we've got to do is think about this idea of the largest integer value. So let's just put a little number line in so we can see what we're doing. Right, so we've got n has got to be less than minus 5 over 3. Minus 5 over 3 is round about there, in between minus 1 and minus 2. N's got to be less than that, so we're looking at all these values from minus 5 over 3 downwards. So we want the largest value that is going to be in that range. So the largest integer value, whole number value, is going to be that. So n is minus 2. And that's the answer to the question about what is the largest integer value that satisfies that inequality.